Everybody,
Hmm.
Devore, G Money, Havoc, and Shake. This is the Not for Debate podcast. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and all other major streaming platforms. And also be sure to follow our Instagram pages and our Twitter pages at Not for Debate Pod and Not for Debate underscore podcast. Also, be sure to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, and most definitely share.
Hmm.
A very eventful show this evening. I know you can see in the title the make or break it players in the NFL this year. I'm going to break it down once we get to that particular topic for you guys. But gentlemen,
What's
it's nice
going
to see
on?
you guys.
What's going
Last
What's
on?
up,
week I
fellas?
missed
What's
out.
good? Yeah, we
We
held
held
it
it down.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes,
held it
yeah,
down.
yeah, most definitely held it down.
Shout
Y'all
out to
did an
Quinte.
excellent job. Oh
Yeah.
yes, most
Shout out to
definitely shout
Quinte.
out to Quinte, man, for coming in replacing. Uh, but what's
Shoot,
new?
man, is there a reason why everybody wants to watch boxing, but no one wants to watch boxers box? Like, like why are we all of a sudden obsessed with watching people from YouTube and TikTok fight each other
I don't
when
know,
there are
bro.
droves of professional fighters that we don't want to watch fight?
Because it's people we actually know.
You know what it is? The Logan
Yeah, some people
Paul,
I know
Jake
can
Paul,
fight.
people actually don't like him, so they want to see him get beat up.
Yeah.
But he hasn't gotten beat up yet so far. So
So you think it's
Hold
morbid
on,
curiosity?
let me put it to you so you can understand it. All right. Nobody wants to see a show of Ramsey cooking, but people will see a show of Flavor Flav cooking because they want to see how the hell he's gonna mess up.
Yeah, yeah.
they want to see the disaster. Basically, is what you're
That's what
saying.
it
Yeah,
is.
pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like the
Uh,
car accident. You can't help but look by when you drive by it. You know.
I
Exactly.
think
It's like
it's more
something
of a
is so ugly
popularity
you can't look
thing.
away. Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
I think it's more of a popularity thing. Like Chad Johnson, he's definitely more well known than any boxer in the industry right now. To be honest,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's one of these things where I think the problem with boxing is boxing isn't on for free anymore. Like back in the day, boxing used to just be on like Saturday afternoons. You could just randomly watch boxing, like on broadcast TV. Or when I was growing up in South Florida, we had this thing called ballroom boxing on the Sunshine Network.
Well, no,
For
some of it came back. They have boxing on ESPN now, but that's like undercard,
okay,
underground. It's okay. It's all right.
yeah, but it ain't like how it used to be, man. You know.
Well,
So
the thing about it is too, the two pro boxers are more defensive versus these two amateurs. They're more offensive.
right, right.
Professional boxers are more careful where to throw punches versus two amateurs would just throw punches and you know what I mean? Like they don't care, you know?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
it's that train wreck. But you know what? I wanted to see Mayweather just knock him out for some reason. I don't know
He
why.
could have.
I know it was faking and entertainment, but I just wanted to see him hit him hard just one time,
I
and
don't
he
know
really
if
didn't.
you
He was playing with
I
him.
don't I don't know if you saw one time Mayweather actually caught him
Yeah,
and
yeah, he
he
did.
kind of slumped and Mayweather held him up.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
He was like, "Well, no, we got to get this check. We got to make this. This is 8 rounds. We can't stop now,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
man." Yeah, no, it's. I think that's part of it is just the morbid curiosity of like
Mm-hmm.
when you watch two pros, like they're gonna keep their hands up, all that. TikTokers don't know how to keep their hands up. You know what I mean?
Also, you know what? Also, I think that people love Nate Robinson and his personality. And when he got knocked out, it was like, yo,
Yeah,
somebody got to get this guy for that. Like, you can't do that to Nate Robinson, you know? So, yeah, that's
that was
another thing,
pretty.
too.
It was pretty
That,
funny.
yeah, it was funny.
But what's even funnier was the the post press conference. Floyd Mayweather is like, oh, everybody says they don't want to see me box. Well, you don't have to watch me box. He goes, remember one thing. He goes, I can't feed my kids' legacy.
Yep,
Like,
yep,
That's
yep.
true.
These. So I think a lot of these people, these media people, they'd be more concerned with legacy than the actual person.
mhm.
Like, what about your legacy? What about I'm 40 something years old. I got another 40 something years ahead of me. This thing ain't done yet. Like this life for me ain't done yet. You think I'm supposed to just be out here, you know what I mean, sitting on the lawn chair talking about how good I used to be. I still got life to live.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a what? I don't know how much you got. He got paid probably over $10 million to fight with a dude who can't even fight. I mean,
I think it was like what,
really.
30, maybe 40 million.
Yeah,
So how much did Floyd get out of that?
bro,
He
most
got
of it.
the 40 million. I
So
think
how much did Paul get out of that?
I think 20.
You know what? He got fighting Mayweather out of it. That's what he got out of it. Which in the long run may be worth more than the money.
He'll be famous for the rest of his life just because he fought Floyd.
Yep.
Like, think about it. Conor McGregor fighting Floyd. Conor McGregor was already an icon at the time, but he made $100 million just by fighting Floyd.
He made more money he will ever make in all of his MMA fights combined.
Yeah.
Fighting Floyd. But hey, I mean, they call him money for a reason.
What was the purse when Floyd fought Manny Pacquiao?
Wasn't it like 200 million?
Everyone was getting at least.
I could have sworn it was more than that because they was talking about it was getting like a million an hour or something like that. I can't remember.
I know Floyd got the bulk of it. Obviously, he always gets the bulk of it. Yeah.
They both walked out the ring with $100 million at least. But at least with the Conor McGregor thing, he's an actual real athlete, though. You know, like he's an actual real athlete.
And that was a real fight too. He actually tried to go at Floyd. He didn't succeed, but he tried.
Yeah,
the Pacquiao,
real
the
fighters
Pacquiao
can't
purse.
forget it, Floyd.
Mayweather took 150 mil for the Pacquiao fight.
How much Pacquiao got?
100.
Okay. You know, and it's it's one of these things, man. Floyd Mayweather is the most profitable, most bankable boxer. He hasn't knocked anybody out in how long?
I think athlete, most profitable and profitable athlete of all time.
Yeah, without a doubt. I don't know if anyone has made more. I'm not talking about endorsements. I'm talking about no one has made more money off of just straight fights than Floyd has. Nobody.
Just the actual sport, like just because most sports athletes make their money from endorsements. He makes the money from his actual sport. So yeah, that's good.
Who did Mayweather fight?
Logan Paul.
Okay, yeah.
Bro, he's.
What happened to the double or nothing? I thought he was supposed to be fighting the brother too.
Yeah, I'm sure that's coming soon.
No, it was supposed to be all in one night.
See that.
After he took his hat, I thought it was supposed to be both fights in one night.
I think him taking the hat was a setup for the next fight. That's what that is. Like, I got unfinished business. He took my hat. You know.
Shout out to King RB2305 TV. He says he watches us all the time. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
People watch us, y'all.
Appreciate that most definitely.
You know, and I've been thinking about this dynamic, and I think why it works so well is because the way I've been viewing it is like this is just me hanging out with some dudes that I like. You know what I mean? Like this is just me. This is the way I look at it.
This is what we would talk about, even if we weren't on camera.
Yeah, like this is me hanging out with some dudes I like. So I'm glad people can get a peek into that because I think what I've seen is people aren't quite interacting the way they used to with in terms of just in general. So they go online seeing people just casually talking. Man, it's very. I think it helps people a lot more than we may know immediately.
That's true.
But I do think there will be studies done where they will show that people coming together in Zooms and stuff like this is very helpful.
I could agree with that, most definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
G Money, did you want to go ahead and kick us off, recap us from, I'll probably say Thursday evening all the way up until now as far as the NBA playoffs are concerned?
I think that the Bucks, let's start off with Milwaukee. I'm sorry, I'm watching the Clippers game right now, but the Bucks actually played with heart and they played a better offensive game. So they actually won a game. I thought they were going to get swept. Like at first I said that the Bucks and the Nets were going 7. And then after those first 2 games, we were like, yo, the Bucks have no chance. But what happened was the Nets missed a lot of shots towards the end of the game. I think Kevin Durant was 11 for 30 or something like that, or 12 for 29.
Yeah.
So I don't consider that happening again. But at the same time, the Bucks did play with heart. I don't know if they can win game. If they can win game 4, it'd be great. But I don't think they can win game 4.
They
The
couldn't
Clippers-
even put up 90 points. I'm sorry. It's over for the
Yeah, I
Bucks.
know.
Yeah.
I hear you. The
And this is without
Clippers-
James Harden.
True. I think the Clippers could still win the series. As crazy as that sounds, I just think that they need some home cooking. Right now, they're playing well. Paul George is actually playing decent. What else? Oh my God, the Phoenix Suns. I did not see this coming.
They about to get the broom out.
They play so fast and quick. They got too many young guys. Like Denver cannot keep up with them, and it's just crazy because on the night that he got the trophy, meaning Jokic, they lost the game. They're about to get swept. I don't see Denver winning.
Jokic is doing what he needs to do. Like
It's everybody else.
I saw his stat line. It was like average, like the
He
last
almost
playoff
had a
series,
triple dub.
But you know what they're doing?
He was like 37, 9, and 7. I'm like, how are
Pick and
y'all
roll
losing
is
with this
killing
guy?
him right now.
But
Yes.
because he can't keep up his feet, he's too slow. But you know what they're doing? They're taking the Pistons playbook when the Pistons beat the Lakers. Let Shaq do whatever he wants. Let Shaq score 40.
Right.
Stop everybody else. What other teams used to do is double Jokic, and then people would be left wide open, but they're not leaving anybody open. So, and then Phoenix is young and fast. That's a surprise. I did not see them playing this well.
And they got Chris Paul to
Yeah.
orchestrate. You know what I'm saying? Like they got Chris Paul to orchestrate all the youngsters. So like I was watching the game the other day. He got such a cheap foul. Like he was in the backcourt. He was dribbling the ball up, and he like ran into the way of like the center who was running up the court. He got just like a cheap foul. But like that's what he does. Like he'll get you 6 points off of just craftiness alone, just pure. And like on a team just full of youngsters, it's like I don't know, man. That may be the best free agent signing, bro, in a long time. Because you can I can clearly see how Chris Paul has improved this team so much.
Mm-hmm. As far as Atlanta, if they're not hitting shots, they don't play good defense. So if they're not hitting shots, they already play terrible defense. So I think Philly probably have them. I know Vora said Atlanta was going to win the series. They have to hit their shots.
Can I clarify that real fast? Though?
No, you said on Wednesday they were going to win. Come on now, don't back
up.
Yes, I did. I did say that. But
like Deion
Sanders. that was because I didn't know how the longevity for Joel Embiid. That was concerning to me. But he seems like he's playing like ain't nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
Also, Ben Simmons played great too last game.
Yeah, but I think what Joel Embiid went to the free throw line 16 times or something like that last night.
Mm-hmm.
So that was big for them.
I mean, Joel Embiid is probably the biggest chess piece in the whole playoffs. If he's healthy and he's doing what he's doing, Philly can do something. Now, can Philly do something against Harden, Durant, and Kyrie?
Yes.
Yes, they can.
I think
the Nets need to be at full strength.
I think that's going to be the X factor there.
The Nets need to be at full strength against Philly, man.
I think if you're Brooklyn, even if the Bucks win Game 4, don't play James. Keep James on the sideline until the Eastern Finals. You got enough to beat that team. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need James to take out the Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks. So, I think out of pride, the Bucks will take 1, maybe 2, just out of pride, and they got good defense, so the shots ain't falling for the Nets. Like the Bucks can grind out the Nets. The problem is the Nets ain't gonna miss shots like that all the time.
And what I keep saying, like, why do they put PJ Tucker on Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant is shooting over a chair. Stop putting PJ Tucker on him. Giannis
ain't got no other options.
No, Giannis or Middleton got to guard.
You can't do that.
It's the playoffs. You got to play both ways. If you're a great player, you play defense and offense. I don't care.
G Buddy. Hold on, G Buddy, real quick though. It doesn't matter who you put on Kevin Durant. He's going to get his buckets.
I know that, but what I'm saying is you got to make it more difficult for him. Giannis is tall enough to make it difficult.
But where's your offense coming from if you put Giannis on Kevin Durant?
This is the playoffs, brother. You got to play both ways in the playoffs. Do you see Kawhi crying about playing both ways? You got to score and play defense if you want to be great. I don't want to
I
hear that.
haven't heard from
Stop putting
Kawhi
that
since
cheer on
2012.
KD.
So I haven't heard a peep from him since 2012. But
Just that laugh.
yeah, that guy's got the weird laugh, doesn't he? That guy's got the weirdest laugh in the world.
Yeah.
Man, he's a real silent assassin. But it's one of them things. Kevin Durant looks healthy. He looks healthy.
Yeah.
So this ain't like regular season hobbled Durant. It's or like kind of regular season Blake Griffin that couldn't dunk for like 4 straight years, right?
He won the first time he got out the first round. He won that chip now.
The second he left Detroit, he found some new shoes. He found some spin. He found something. He was even jamming all over everybody. But I still think the Nets are going to win the championship.
Yeah. Who's going to beat them, boy?
I have a little bit of faith in the 76ers.
Why? I don't see them winning because of Joel Embiid. That's one person that Ben Simmons' free throw shooting is an issue, and his jump, he doesn't even take a jump shot. So that's the weakness. I just don't see it.
I feel like defensively they match up well against the Nets.
They're not stopping KD, and if James is playing, forget about it.
You're not stopping KD. You go ahead and let him get his buckets, but everybody else you're gonna have to contain.
I think the problem is the Nets are just gonna run. And Joel Embiid is going to be in the backcourt while the Nets are out here, playing that 7 seconds or less offense that Mike D'Antoni's out there implemented,
Plus, if they put Joel in the pick and roll, he can't keep up with who's guarding. So that's going to be hard for them. Now, offensively,
who's going to check Joel Embiid?
Nobody.
I know, but they got Jordan, they got DJ. DJ could maybe make it difficult. DJ hasn't played the whole playoffs. They have him for that, maybe.
Yeah, they got DJ 6 fouls.
I was going to say, because Blake Griffin ain't physical enough for Joel Embiid. He will eat him alive.
He's too short, yeah.
Yeah.
He's having issues with Giannis right now. I feel like he's scared to check Giannis.
Oh, no, he played a couple of good possessions against him, but not the whole game, no.
No, he ain't doing that. Nah, that's dead.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, they had KD on Brook Lopez. They got no center, bro.
Although... Nobody, the Nets, the Suns are about to sweep. The Suns are about to sweep. Ain't no one taking them seriously in terms of the championship. I think we need to put a little respect on the Suns' name because if DeAndre Ayton is healthy, he's 20-12. Devin Booker is out here doing his best Kobe Bryant impression.
LeBron injured.
Chris Paul.
AD
oh
injured.
My God! Here we go with this.
Wait.
Hey.
Here we go.
No Jamal Murray. Stop.
Where's Banks when you need him?
I don't want to hear about the Phoenix Suns. I don't want to hear about that. They're good. They're surprised, but they're not championship. No, they don't have enough.
They don't look like a joke. They don't look like a joke.
But are they really beating Utah or the Clippers?
Yeah, maybe. I think yes.
No,
you think so?
You're not beating Utah. Well, you might be able to beat Utah, but you ain't beating the Clippers.
The Clippers, in my opinion, the Clippers are not what we think they are. They're not what we think they are. The Clippers are 2 really good players and a bunch of dudes. And the main issue with the Clippers is they don't have that team cohesion. The same thing that happened last year. They're not really a team. They're 2 guys and a bunch of other dudes standing around. And if you're gonna play ball that way, you need 3 guys and a bunch of dudes standing around.
But what if they win? They were down 2-0 against the Mavericks and came back and won the series. What if they win 2 games in LA and it's tied going back to Utah?
The Mavericks are literally one player. The Mavericks are literally one player and a bunch of dudes. Right? Kristaps is the biggest decoy in the NBA, bro. He is wolf. He is walking wolf tickets, bro. He is walking wolf tickets.
He sucks. You choose way too many jump shots. You're 7'3". The reason why we say go in the paint is because it's closer for you to get a basket, and you're 7'3". Go in the paint sometimes. Just sometimes. You ain't got to shoot a jump shot every time, but bro. Yeah.
If Kristaps figured out how to shoot the jump hook over smaller players, he would dominate.
7'3", bro. 7'3".
He thinks he's a perimeter player. So, what are you gonna do? But the Mavs are literally one player
right now. I hear you.
Mind giving us a score?
42-36. Yeah, Clippers, second quarter.
42-36.
Okay.
Okay, so before we jump into the make it or break it topic, we're going to touch on this active debate that we have right now as far as between Grand Theft Auto and Mass Effect, as far as being the best game of all time. Because I've been, since we was talking about this backstage, that's been itching at me ever since we started this pod. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Shake start off with his opening statement about that.
No, I'll let you start off. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm gonna take the whole pod if you want me to talk.
What the thing is, the two of you, meaning Havoc and Vora, you guys are the only ones that play both games. So it's like we could just give our opinion on Grand Theft Auto, but I haven't played Mass Effect yet. So
Right.
But go ahead. You guys should go first.
Well, I'll jump it off with the Mass Effect, and I'll just say this much, and I'm gonna try and keep it short because I don't want this to become like a 25-minute old head video game conversation. But I will say, number one, they actually hired a real writer to do all the backstories, so all the characters have like legitimate backstories. Part two is it's a 3-game trilogy, so what happens in the first game actually affects what happens at the end of the third game. Two, I would say 3, graphic wise, it's amazing. And they were able to flesh out an entire universe. We got a lot of games out here, they can't even flesh out the main character. And I think in Mass Effect, they were able to flesh out literally the whole galaxy. And and I understand that a lot of people don't like science fiction. I'm not a huge science fiction guy, but this is just a great story in space that just happens to be in space. That's the way I look at Mass Effect. It's just a great story that happens to be out in space with people trying to save the galaxy. But I can't take shots against Grand Theft Auto because, in my opinion, outside of Mass Effect 1, Grand Theft Auto Vice City is my favorite game of all time. So, I mean, I love both franchises, but for me, I mean, Mass Effect is it.
Now,
go ahead, Shay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that one thing I liked about the Grand Theft Auto. I'm eventually gonna give Mass Effect a try. But the thing I like about Grand Theft Auto for me is the fact that if you don't feel like playing the missions, you could just freelance if you want. I like the fact that the same thing, Grand Theft Auto has evolved over the years, and as far as you could, when you do a replay, you could do different choices. You could go different avenues, and how you.
What's up, Quinte? Welcome, Quinte, to the show.
Quinte?
What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? I heard you.
I
heard
think
you talking about LeBron. I had to hop on, man.
Oh my gosh!
I think Shake done froze up.
Yeah.
Just to clarify real quick before, because I don't think Havoc, you finished Grand Theft Auto 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you got to finish it, brother. You got to finish it.
Okay, so I just recently finished it for the first time. Now I'm not going to discredit Grand Theft Auto. It was an excellent storyline, but I think as far as complexity, Mass Effect has it beat. Now, one of my favorite things about Grand Theft Auto was the heists. That was my favorite thing. I like strategic games. Like I just don't like just killing people. I need different ways of killing people.
I need story.
Yeah, that too.
That sounds crazy, brother.
That too.
Yeah,
No, it's not. I know it sounds crazy, but
It sounds like a Jeffrey Dahmer case.
But
right
like
there.
I'm like into those kind of games where
He likes the cinematic experience.
I just
I
like
hear you.
just
I feel
walking
you.
up to somebody, just shooting them in like broad daylight. That just, is just boring to me. That's why I draw to Splinter Cell, because you got to be strategic with your kills, like being in the shadow. You got to
He's
be.
like my little brother. He get high and play that game all night.
Man, that game is up there too. That game is up there too. But as far as Grand Theft Auto, like just the strategic part, as far as the heist, I understand the open world. It's endless possibilities that you could do as far as the multiplayer is concerned. And like Shake said, if you just don't feel like doing the missions, you just go out and killing people.
Okay.
Honestly, that's not interesting to me. But to each his own.
Grand
But you know what?
Grand Theft
Let
Auto's
me,
got the online on Smash right now.
That's true. Just to talk about Grand Theft Auto, I think that as far as the story, the plot, I think the best one, but it's probably Grand Theft Auto 5, and then for me is Vice City, and then maybe Grand Theft Auto 3. I don't know who played the first two games. Those games were whoever remembers the first
top
two.
downs.
You did okay.
The top downs, yeah.
The top downs. And Grand Theft Auto 4 doesn't get a lot of love, but I liked it. I like the whole New York City feel. But yeah, the best one to me is the Part 5. That's the best one, in my opinion.
That's the only one I played in its entirety.
I think I like Vice City because like I grew up in South Florida, so a lot of the stuff that I saw in the game, like, oh yeah, that looks like Collins Avenue. That looks like South Beach. You know what I'm saying? That kind of looks like Overtown. You know, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm more with, you know, I think it's a matter of what you like, and I think if you want complexity, if you want to actually like think about your decisions before you have to make it, because what you do right now may have an outsized effect later. I mean, Mass Effect is it.
I don't play none of these games.
You're missing out. You're missing out for sure.
I don't want this to turn into an old head video game podcast.
I play basketball games, football, and baseball. That's it.
Yeah,
that's how I am too. But like I said, I'll go outside my box for special occasions.
I might play some Mario Brothers. Break out some old Nintendo.
Oh no, I don't play that. I don't play that garbage. But
I'm a little older than you, man. So.
Hey, I grew up on the Mario 2. I just didn't have an interest in it. I was.
Hey, so you don't play Smash Brothers?
Smash Brothers, that was my smack back in the day. Now
that was what it was. That was what it was on N64. But I was more drawn to the Pokemon Snap though.
That was
Pokemon Snap was boring. Pokemon Stadium was good.
Pokemon,
man, that was the game.
When Pokemon came out, I was already into girls at that time.
He tuned out. Pokemon came out,
bro.
I was able to drive and go to girls' houses.
Okay,
so,
come on, bro. You know you watched the Pokemon on the low.
I was still in the public school system, so you know.
Yeah,
I think I was in elementary school when Pokemon first.
How old are you, Brentwood? How old are you?
I'm gonna be 30 in December.
Oh, you and my little cousin said you were born in the 90s, man.
No, I wasn't. I'm borderline late 80s.
No, you borderline 1990.
91. 91 is technically 80s.
That's not 80s. You and my little cousin the same man. You're older than him.
I relate more with the 80s kids than with the 90s.
Yeah, my little cousin the same way, because some kids born in the 90s, they don't have no common sense. It's like, what the hell is your problem?
Yeah. I mean, I think part of it is, you know, we know a world pre-internet.
Yeah.
And a lot of these cats out there, they don't know a world without the internet. They don't know about
or without cell phones.
They don't know about the dial-up days where it took 30 minutes to download a song, and if someone called your house,
if someone answered pick up the phone, the internet connection is all over.
It's like, oh my gosh!
Get off the phone. I'm online. I'm on the computer.
Oh yeah, you pick up the phone and say, yeah.
Because my father's from Jamaica, so he doesn't know. So when a dude came to hook up the stuff, I got a fax machine. Had a whole different line. So it don't matter if you pick up the phone. As long as nobody take over that fax machine phone, we all good.
Yeah. We did that too in my house. We're also Jamaicans, so I get it.
They didn't know, man. This is just
can't interrupt the business.
I don't know. They don't know.
Yeah.
They just pay it. You know what I'm talking about.
Y'all still had that dial-up problem with the fax machine?
No, that's back when I was
shoot. Y'all must have been bankrolling over there, because having a fax machine in the house, you had to have some serious bread.
What?
Back then?
Well, my dad had his own construction business back then. He used to make money. So
I was about to say, because I don't even think we had a computer in our house in the 90s.
Phone line and everything.
No.
Man.
I just had cable at my house.
Yeah, we just had cable. We ain't had no cell phone. We had no fax machine, no computer.
I started working the job.
I mean,
I didn't have cable until I became a teenager. I used channel 2, and that's it. I used to watch
living like that?
It was at my mom's
back
house.
then, yeah.
No cable.
Monks.
We had cable, but it wasn't the cable that you want. And at my dad's house, it's like whatever you want. So he wasn't a good dad. So he rather buy you stuff than spend time with you.
My man said, "Y'all monks, because y'all only got cable."
You said you didn't have cable until when?
Until it became in high school or something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Middle school.
Everybody talk about in school.
Hey, they was talking about ESPN. He's like, "What's that?"
Hey, listen. Y'all remember Clifford the big red dog and Arthur and all that back in the day? If you're from Miami or Broward or whatever, yeah. WLRN, Channel 2, Channel 17.
Oh, nah,
Oh, my gosh.
But I saw that on TV. I'm clicking to Channel 60. Your TV ain't go that high.
Hey, you know what? The generation now, they can't even imagine a world where there's only 3, 4, 5 channels.
Or with antennas, on the back of the TV. That's what is an antenna?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Hey, check this out. I'm so old that when I was in middle school, Fox was becoming a new channel.
Well, it is true. It is true.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was in the 80s.
I don't know nothing about that.
I remember that. I remember Fox was brand new.
Fox used to have the toucan as the they had a flamingo as the logo with the fox.
Yeah.
It was Channel 20. He had Channel 29. 23 is Telemundo.
See, I told y'all we turned into the old head podcast. Yes. They don't even know what we're talking about.
He's 14. What y'all talking about?
He don't know nothing about that, bro.
I tell you what, the two shows Fox had was The Simpsons and Married with Children.
That's it.
Yes,
that's it. That's
what's
it.
That show that looked crazy? What the crazy white lady was on?
They had
I know what you're talking about. It's like a sketch comedy show.
Tracy Ullman.
Tracy Ullman. There you go. Tracy Ullman.
The Simpsons got started.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Tracy Ullman show, The Simpsons, Married with Children, Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
Oh,
you remember America's Most Wanted used to come on Saturday nights at 9?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember Saturday nights used to be
on Fridays. Don't forget
Saturday nights used to be America's Most Wanted and Cops back to back.
And Mad TV like at 11:20 something at night.
Yeah. Mad TV came on a little bit early, so people wouldn't watch Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, right. Mad TV could have been good if they kept
it was good, bro.
It was good. It was great.
For people and kept rotating, but they kept putting.
You know what they should have done? They should have put in living color and Mad TV's time slot.
Yes,
that show would have gone on forever.
Yes. And I feel like
I never watched the episode of Living Color.
Golly.
You never watched Living Color?
That's why they got YouTube, brother. Go back on YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube has everything.
How you a young black man in America?
Oh my. Yo, that's classic material.
Now that I'm sitting back and thinking about it for real.
Homie, don't play that. That does not resonate with you.
That's some of the best 90s. Put it back. I'm sorry, I'm babysitting my daughter's.
Homie, don't play that. Men on Film.
Yes.
Snaps. Yo, what was that show? What was that show with the bunny? What was that show with the talking bunny? He was kind of a jerk. It was on Fox too. I forgot the name of that show. It was like a puppet, like a bug. I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I gotta go back.
I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. It's a lot of stuff I can't remember.
Yeah, right.
Just an update on the Clippers game: 62-47. Clippers going into halftime.
Oh, you talking about Greg the Bunny?
Greg the Bunny, that's what.
Yeah.
How you not know your own name, man?
That's true.
Yeah. Can't do that,
man. This moment of memory lane is nice and everything, but let's go ahead and jump into our make it or break it segment. Now, I'm gonna read off the scenario to you guys, and you guys give me your honest opinion of how you think this is going to work out. So we're gonna go ahead and start it off with Carson Wentz with the Indianapolis Colts. Obviously, in 2020, didn't exactly live up to expectations with the Philadelphia Eagles. He was traded to the Indianapolis Colts. Oh, my bad, G Money. I totally forgot about that. He was traded for a 2021 third-round pick and a conditional 2022 second-round pick. Obviously, he has some relationships with the former offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, who's currently the head coach for the Indianapolis Colts, and also the former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback coach and currently the Indianapolis Colts offensive assistant, Taylor. Now, just a real quick, brief recap of Carson Wentz's numbers in 2020. He had 2,620 yards, 16 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and was benched week 13 for Jalen Hurts.
That sounds terrible, bro.
Yeah.
I just got one answer, and y'all can take of most of the time. Yes, it's a make or break season. You made all this fuss about being benched, but you played terrible. I'm sorry, I'm watching the game as I'm talking to y'all, but he played terrible. So you gotta play well this season. Like, you got a decent team, you got a somewhat easy division. You have to play well. So yes. Easier than most other divisions. That division is easier than the AFC North. The AFC North, all 4 teams can be great. So his division is not that difficult.
The division he come from is more weak than the division he's in now. But that's the team. That's your division. Your team is in. That's the
That's the worst division.
You can make it to the playoffs with 8 wins in your division with the Eagles.
You can make the play with 7 wins.
7 wins.
Yeah. Maybe not this year because it's 17 games. Maybe got to be 8 or 9.
Yeah, but I'll just say, when you say make it or break for a quarterback, it's hard for me to answer, mostly because even if he has a bad year, he will have another 7 years. Like, even if he has a bad year, he's never a starting quarterback ever again. He'll be a backup for the rest of his career.
Yeah. And
he'll get shots during the rest of his career. Like quarterback is one of the positions in the NFL, man. If at some point you've shown yourself to be competent, you'll stay in the league. Yeah. So he's still young. He's still owed a lot of money. So they gonna make it work whether it's gonna work or not. Will Carson Wentz have a good year or not? I'm not sure. But I do know he's a Hall of Famer when it comes to his bank account. So, hey,
you're making Kirk Cousins, man.
Hey, you're a Hall of Fame at the bank. You're a Hall of Famer at the bank. So
he got a ring.
Yeah,
he does have a ring. He's a champion.
Yeah, sitting on the bench, bro. But he did contribute to that Super Bowl win. I don't care nobody.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What you got, Shay?
Oh, what's going on? What I missed? My iPad was tripping.
Carson Wentz, make it or
is this like a make or break here for Wentz?
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
I agree with that. I think that hopefully Carson Wentz, not Carson Wentz, but Frank Wright could fix him and know how to use him.
Fix him?
I don't think he needs to be fixed.
Fix his perception.
I think he needs to play better.
I think
fix his perception. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, fix the perception of him.
Can I also point out the fact that the offensive line was terrible for the Philadelphia Eagles? So really, how much are we really going to put on Carson Wentz?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one of those situations where the whole look, man, it's one of them years where it's just a dumpster fire, right? It's what I like to call a dumpster fire year, where you just you're not going to do anything, and that should be more reason why Carson Wentz probably should have been successful, is because there was really no pressure to do it. Like, people knew what the vibes were at Philadelphia at the beginning of the season, and I don't know. I still, to be honest with you, I still put a lot of that season on Peterson, because his play, he forgot how to call plays last year.
I don't think so. I think he wanted. To me.
Not call play call, but personnel.
No, that's a man who wanted to get fired.
Yes,
I don't care.
Personnel decisions.
Who wants to get fired though?
Trust, dude. I'm gonna say this. I'm a white man in America. I'm already a millionaire. I don't care.
You get paid to get fired.
You get paid to get fired, and he's gonna be able to get another job. I don't care. Nobody says.
Yeah.
Did he get another job?
I don't know. He probably gonna take a year off. Well, him and Dan Marino are the same age, so he's like 55. He might take a year off, come back coach next year.
Let the stink wear off.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say this: that he's a good coach. I don't care what nobody said. That's a good coach. He just didn't. I guess he don't like what the higher ups made him do. I think he wanted to keep Nick Foles on the team.
I think so.
You know what? Going back to the Carson
think
Wentz
so.
point, I think that him being benched for Nick Foles and then him being benched for Jalen Hurts, that messed with him mentally because he has talent, and plus the injuries too. He has talent. He's just his mental is not there.
But I'm gonna say people don't understand when you get an injury like that, a knee injury. It takes a year for you to come back, and he just came back that year. So this year is gonna be his come out year.
You know what? It takes a year to come back. It takes a year and a half to get back to normal.
Yeah.
This is definitely not a Ryan Tannehill topic, but
Shake,
Shake,
the same thing.
You're gonna turn it into one.
Shake 2018.
It's the same thing. Huh? It's the same thing.
God, always comes back to Tannehill and
I will leave it at that.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this shit.
I'm gonna dead it right there.
You have it. Like with me, with Tannehill, the whole Tannehill, I know Tannehill is not the greatest quarterback in the world, but to hear Dolphin fans,
DeVore think he is.
That's not.
No, DeVore doesn't think he's the best. DeVore said give the man his respect. That's what y'all don't hear. Y'all just, I'm gonna say this: when people don't like somebody, just don't like them. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like Mahomes. I still don't like him. I respect his game. I respect him. I don't like Tom Brady, but I respect him. I'm gonna give him his props. People don't want to give a person his props just because they don't like him. I'm being honest.
That's not what it is. My thing is with Tannehill, he's an above average game manager, and I said that. And Boyd just went at me.
Hold on.
Boyd just went at me.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna say one thing.
Wait, let's shake. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say it's nothing wrong with being a game manager. Tom Brady was a game manager for 9 years. Troy Aikman was a game manager his whole career.
I don't know about Tom Brady, but Troy
Tom Brady was a game manager.
He's a high level game
Tom
manager.
Brady was a game. Trust me, bro. He was a game.
We over here using that term a little bit too loosely up in here.
Shake, what you going to say, Shake? Because I'm interested in what.
I'm gonna say every quarterback is a system quarterback and a game manager. Just like Ball Game says, the quarterback is the most dependent person on the field.
I agree.
Depends on everybody else to make himself look good.
Now hold that thought, because that statement right there is going to be used for another quarterback on this list. But before I move on to the next quarterback, Shake, go ahead and get what you got to say off your chest about Ryan Tannehill before we move on.
All right. Apparently, you weren't paying attention to the backstage chatter that me and G Money was having.
Oh no, I'm not gonna let you slide, because when Spitz was on the pod, this is what you said out your mouth. That game against the Cincinnati Bengals was Ryan Tannehill's fault. Which
the offensive line was hurt that game.
Victory lap.
That was the reason.
No.
I'm being honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Every game.
Let's Shake go. Let's Shake go.
Let me say now. Let me speak now. I've given you plenty of chance to speak. Let me speak, bro. Come on. Now, the boy, put your headphone. Let me wait. The boy puts his headphones down.
I had to get that victory lap off my chest because Quinte hit the nail right on the head. Go ahead, Shake. Finish what you got to say.
Okay.
I apologize.
I told you backstage that I've said, okay, now that I have time to look at it, yeah, I was wrong about Tannehill, because Tannehill is in a better situation. Had he stayed in Miami, he would have not been the quarterback that he is in Tennessee. A lot of quarterbacks, like you said, Quinte, about Tom Brady. Yes, he was a game manager, but when he got more experience under his belt, they put more on his plate. But when he was a rookie, and before that, they did not put him the pressure on the plate. They made it a team. But as a lot of these quarterbacks that have the elite status have been playing for more than 10 plus years, and that's how they've been getting this elite status. So I think that Tannehill is on the verge of upward trajectory, because think about this. Steve Young wasn't elite at Tampa. Kurt Warner wasn't elite at the team that drafted him. And Drew Brees wasn't elite in San Diego. So
who wasn't elite in San Diego?
It takes a different destination to make the quarterback look better. That's all I have to say.
Okay, I can agree with that. But the way Vore was making it seem, or how I took
it. He's a top 5 quarterback no matter what you say. He's a top 5 now no matter what you say.
I'm just saying, what I'm hearing him say it is not the way y'all hearing him. I feel as though y'all hear him because I'm gonna say he's a Dolphins fan, just like me and Havoc and him. And
I ain't a Dolphins fan this year right
Dolphins
now.
fan.
I'm not a Dolphin guy this year.
He's not a real Dolphins fan, so you can't.
I'm a
fan-
Dolphins fan.
Hey, I'm sorry, Quint-
and plus I'm a more realistic. And people used to, when I used to go to every game. I went to almost every game. Last year was the only time I didn't get to go any of the games because of the COVID stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Every game I used to go to watch him play. Me and my brother's sitting right next to me, or my coworker sitting right next to me. I'm like, dude, you can't sit here and blame the game on him. The defense gave up 45 points.
Quinte, hold that thought. Hold that thought, please. Just hold that
I'm
thought.
just saying.
Who's the next? Who's the next person?
Hey, we definitely gonna get to that, Quinte. Just to hold that thought. Hold it for a second. Okay.
Nothing derail this podcast more than Ryan Tannehill.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
I
that is
or
most
anything
definitely-
about the Dolphins in general.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, Tua talk. I just want to compare the trajectory with him and Tua. If
Look,
Tua doesn't get better, that's why I'm
Hold the thought. Hold that
Nobody
thought
else.
now, because we gonna
That's
get
his
to
game.
it. We go get to it. We go get
Who's
to
next?
it.
Who's next? For?
Okay, so next quarterback on the list is Jameis Winston. Now, in 2020, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers decided to replace him for some of you guys' GOAT, Tom Brady. Last year, due to injury, Sean Payton was more in favor of Taysom Hill in the 2020 season for the New Orleans Saints. Now, if we go back to the 2019 season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jameis Winston threw for over 5,000 yards, had 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. Now, personally, I don't think that's that bad.
I don't know how you think 30 interceptions is good.
That is
Like,
bad,
how do you think
bro.
that's
I'm
good?
sorry.
That's terrible, bro.
He can't get right since college, man. I don't see it.
33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions is exactly what you get if you let
Yes.
Ryan Fitzpatrick start a whole season.
Yes.
That's exactly what you're going to get. And
But
that's exactly what Jameis Winston is.
You
Right?
can clean that up.
So,
I feel like you
Jameis
can clean
Winston
it
is a more talented Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yes,
That's who he
Jameis
is.
He's a better quarterback. If it's like in his mind, he think he's the greatest of all time. It's
Yes.
perfect to
okay,
have-
but if you're Sean Payton, who are you starting? Are you starting him?
I'm
or
starting
you
the guy that
starting-
knows one system better.
Jameis.
me personally, on with that team, I will start Jameis over Taysom Hill. They just nothing but Tim Tebow can throw the ball a little better.
Yeah. They both
You
can
can
play.
play. You can
They
play
both
both
can
of
play.
them.
They
play
both
both
can
of them.
play.
You can't. That dude is terrible.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Who's terrible? The guy.
Taysom.
He can't throw.
You
But
can't-
You can
see,
play him in
Tim Tebow,
packages. You don't have to. He doesn't have to
You
throw.
can
him.
have packages, yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't. I'd rather have him on the field with Jameis at the same time, so they can flip it around like that.
Keep
It's
him
better.
at receiver.
Nah, he's a
He's too
slash.
small.
he's a slash. Yeah.
He's a slash. He's
Taysom Hill is Cordell.
Stewart.
Yeah.
He's the white Cordell without the 4.3 speed.
he's the white Cordell. He's Cody.
Shake.
Well, the thing about it is, I agree with DeVore 100%. I would start Winston, but it's not what I would do. And I think that Taysom Hill has been Peyton's pet project, and I think that he's invested a lot of time in the grooming Taysom Hill. So I think that's what gives him the edge of starting. I ain't saying he's better, but I just saying that's what gives him the edge of starting, because that's his pet project that he's been grooming for years. He's been planning for years after Drew Brees retired to make him the successor. So he's fell on his lap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he hasn't played bad. The white Cordell. He's played decent when he's got
He
in.
played terrible versus the Eagles.
They won the games though. They won the
They
games.
won the
though.
games.
His game is like a college. He's like Hines Ward for Georgia. if you can think that far back, he's Hines Ward. He's not even T. Martin. T. Martin can throw the ball.
Mm.
Yeah.
He's on that level.
He more like that Johnny Manziel level in mine.
No, Johnny Manziel.
No, he's not that bad.
Well,
Nah.
Taysom Hill is a legitimate athlete.
He's
Yeah.
Like he's a legitimate
All I know
athlete.
is Johnny Manziel couldn't make it in the sub leagues.
No, Johnny Manziel has he's a
mental block.
He's a rich kid. Good thing I'm gonna say this. This is the same thing with the Rosen talk. Rosen is a rich kid. His mentality is different.
Okay.
His grandfather can buy the Dolphins if he wanted to. Like my grandson is gonna be the quarterback. That's his mentality.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is he doesn't play with a chip on his shoulder.
He don't have to play. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, he doesn't have that hunger. He doesn't have that hunger like some of these guys that's making a break it for.
You gotta have the hunger.
The majority of NFL players, they are establishing the generational wealth for their families.
I like the way that's better. I was trying to get that out, but I was trying not to, you know what I'm saying?
That's the truth, though.
It's like one of us making the NFL. We know we got to be great.
Yeah.
So we going right back to the hood with our family.
If Johnny Manziel does not ever pick up a football again, he's gonna live in a mansion the rest of his life.
Yes.
Josh Rosen never picks up a football again. He's gonna live in a mansion the rest of his life.
He's gonna run a hedge fund and make it $50 million a year.
Yeah.
Come on now, he doesn't care.
What's funny is
we can see like how people talk about. I'm like, dude, he's gonna be rich regardless. They don't care.
Yeah.
One thing I like to say real quick. Mike Tyson was asked. He goes, "Would you like your son to be a boxer?" His son said, "Can I be a boxer, Dad?" He's like, "Hell no, you can't be a boxer. You had everything." He goes, "I don't want you to fight someone like me who had nothing and just wants to kill you because that's his only ways of eating." You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
So you don't have that edge. You know?
Yeah. That's why there ain't no rich boxers.
Are we ready for our next quarterback?
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Yeah.
Okay, so next quarterback on the list. And Shake, you are forbidden for this segment not to say anything about Adam Gase. You can refer to the New York Jets organization, but you cannot say anything about Adam Gase during this.
Nah.
Now,
Let him say something about Adam Gase.
Let him live, man. Let him live.
Let him live.
So Sam Darnold, the former New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold, recently got traded to the Carolina Panthers, was third overall pick in the 2018 NFL draft, and due to conflict in the New York Jets organization led to the lack of success for Sam Darnold. In 2020, he threw for 2,208 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. Now in Carolina, what are your thoughts?
Let Shake go first on this. Go ahead, Shake. Say whatever you want to say. Don't be restricted. Don't listen to Void.
No, I'm not gonna say Adam Gase because you already know how I feel about that. But no, I think that number one, he's gonna go into a good situation. He's playing with two great offensive minds, an offensive coordinator and the head coach, and two, he's gonna have a great weapon in McCaffrey, who's a passing threat and a running threat. I think that he is going to be in good hands. You know what I mean? I think that Sam Darnold has been given a raw deal. And I'm not saying because of Adam Gase. I'm thinking the Jets organization really didn't give him Adam Gase. So I think
You're breaking up.
I told you, once you start talking about Adam Gase, something gonna happen.
Yeah, but this is also.
I didn't speak ill of him, did I?
I heard Adam Gase in that little chopped and screwed facility you just said.
But no, this is also the same guy that said the Jets were a good team. So I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
They're gonna be better than the Eagles. I can tell you that.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Let me say that if
the Jets are heading in the right direction.
Solid team. They have a solid team. They have a good defense. They don't have. Well, yes, they do. But you got the highest paid corner who can't cover. I don't know.
I mean,
if you play a more of his own defense, their defense would be very good because they have a very good pass rush. I can't take that away from the Eagles.
I mean, no, I don't think anyone the past few years, I don't know if anyone has gone to the Jets and really thrived.
Nah.
I'm talking about anybody, right? Like no one's really gone to the Jets the past 3 years and has been outside of like the dudes they drafted last year, like Mekhi Becton. No one's really like thrived with the Jets. So
why are we limited into the last 3 years? How come we just can't?
Well, we're talking about the time that Sam Darnold was with the Jets.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That is how it relates to the topic. So it's no one's really gone there and thrived. I've lived here. I've lived in New York the entire time. I've seen all the games is available to me to watch. The team has not been good. Organization has not been good. The coaching was not good. It was just a bad situation for everybody involved.
After the Rex Ryan era, they started to go down. So yeah,
it was a bad situation for everybody involved. I think, to a certain extent, the first 3 years of Sam Darnold's careers have been basically thrown away. So he's got basically, you can almost look at it like this year with Carolina is his first year, where he'll actually kind of get an objective evaluation about whether he's a starting NFL quarterback or not. So we'll see.
How old is he? About 23, 24?
Yeah, he's not even 25 yet. I don't even think.
Yeah, he's like 20, 24, same age as Rosen, same draft.
Yeah.
So he's still got time to be great. He's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
I'm happy he gets an opportunity. Next quarterback.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. My computer just froze.
Come on.
I think I know who's going to be the next one anyway. Can I just say it? Can I just say it? No.
Oh, I know who's going to be.
Jalen Hurts.
Nope. You want me to say it? Can I just say it?
Go ahead, but it ain't right.
Dak Prescott.
Nope.
Not to it. Dwayne Haskins.
But bro, Dwayne Haskins is not going to play this year.
Next, you never know.
He's going to play. I'm sorry. If you saw how Ben's arm looked, he's going to play.
Next quarterback on the list, we have the former Washington football team, Dwayne Haskins, quarterback, recently drafted in the 2019 draft, was fined and suspended due to COVID-19 protocols, and it got released from the Washington football team during the 2020 season. Now, he got picked up from the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are in a very significant situation with the ability of Ben Roethlisberger at this point in his career. So in 2020, Dwayne Haskins threw for 1,439 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Where do you think Dwayne Haskins' career is going to go at this point in time?
Wait, but I got a question. Is he going to start over Ben?
We don't know yet.
Still believe?
No,
we don't know
yet.
So it all depends. If he doesn't start over Ben, then this doesn't matter.
No, he's not starting over Ben. He's playing if Ben gets injured.
He might.
He's not going to beat him out.
I
don't really care for Ben Roethlisberger. I respect him, but I don't really care for him.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't. I don't either.
I think he should have retired like a year and a half, like a year.
I don't care for him as a person. That's flat out. But I mean, look, they will run him out on the field no matter what physical condition he's in, and he will willingly go out in the field no matter what physical condition he's in.
Yeah.
So in terms of Dwayne Haskins, he's in the point of his career now where people are past the fact that he is naturally talented.
Here's a better question then. Is he talented enough to start over Ben?
No.
Yes.
Not that is he going to? Is it yes?
Yeah, I feel as though he can.
No.
Not yet, Havoc? No? You saying no?
No.
I feel as though he can start, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Shake?
Yeah, I don't see it happening either.
What about you, Vor?
Absolutely. Like down the stretch, Ben Roethlisberger struggled to throw the ball down the field. Like
he's getting old, bro. He's been hit too many times. You got to retire.
That's understandable, but I think Dwayne Haskins' problem is his inability to get the playbook down and actually focus on football. If Mike Tomlin is this Hall of Fame coach, like you guys say,
oh my God,
he should be able to put Dwayne Haskins on the right track. Somebody that's like in the same color-wise was in the same situation, like understanding as far as quarterback how what Dwayne Haskins is going through. I think it would be Mike Tomlin at this point.
First of all, in terms of Tomlin, I think the past is going to very heavily dictate what happens to Dwayne Haskins, mostly because there was a time where the best players on the roster and the Steelers rosters, they basically held Mike Tomlin hostage. Le'Veon Bell held him hostage, and
AB,
and when
Antonio Brown,
and when the Smokey brothers, they got busted, they both got suspended. They tanked their season basically. I don't think Mike Tomlin's going to get into a situation where he's going to put his job security on the line for a knucklehead. He ain't going to do it anymore. And
so wait, Haskins is a knucklehead, is what you're saying? Or
he's not a bad kid.
I'm not saying he's a bad dude, but even before the COVID thing happens, even before the COVID thing happens, they talked about his ability to lead, right? His ability to do the base level of work necessary in terms of knowing the playbook, all that type of stuff.
You mean his
And I understand
inability,
that,
right?
yeah, and I understand as you know, young man's gonna be a young man, but when you're getting paid, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is.
But I'm gonna say this to you, Havoc. I'm gonna talk about the young people today, and I feel as though some of them, they don't understand that. Yeah, you're playing a game, but at the same time, they give you this money to do something with it. You know, comes with that money. And some of them, they don't care about it because I've been playing football since I was a kid. I know I'm good. I don't care. I'm going to live my life and do what I want to do. Like the kid who we got traded from Tennessee. That's, to me, that I feel like that's his problem. He's been given stuff his whole life. Now he's being held accountable. He doesn't want to be held accountable for nothing. He just want to live his life.
And he's acting out.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. And I just like one of my friends, he's at my job, he was a little league football coach. He said, now you got to give all the kids trophies. Even when they suck, you got to give them a trophy.
Yep.
I remember back in the day, if you suck, you ain't getting no trophy. You
Nothing.
the party, you're not getting nothing.
Nah. I think I might have been the first wave of everyone gets a trophy.
Nah, that wasn't my group. Nah. You gonna hear we other champions and everybody's crying.
Can I say that I did see promise from Dwayne Haskins. It was his first year in Washington. It was a preseason game, actually. It was against the Cincinnati Bengals. Quinte, do you remember that play where he threw that bomb? Yeah. He identified the blitz, was able to step up into the pocket, avoid the rush, and make that bomb down the field. I can't remember what the receiver was, but it's those kind of plays right there that show promise for Dwayne Haskins.
He fits that offense what he's in right now in Pittsburgh.
Ain't no question about his physical talent.
Yeah. He's the same mold as a Ben Roethlisberger, big, strong, and a big arm.
He's a little bit more.
He's a little bit smaller, but
he's a little smaller, but he has a little bit more shifty. He's not fast.
He can throw.
He ain't fast, nah. But
you know, Ben was kind of shifty in his day too. Ben was kind of, even if
No, Ben was a caveman. He's just gonna throw you off.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't seen Ben throw the ball 50 yards off of 1 foot.
There was one play I remember where back in the day Terrell Suggs was on him and he held Terrell Suggs with one arm and threw the ball for a touch. I was like, yo, this guy is different. He's a big dude,
he's a big dude.
We ready for the next guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the Big Apple.
Oh, okay.
We have Daniel Jones. Now, same draft as Dwayne Haskins, the 2019 draft. Everybody was shocked that he ended up going to the New York Giants, especially so early in the 2019 draft. Has been a very extreme underachiever for the New York Giants.
I don't think so.
Extreme?
Yes, extreme.
I wouldn't say that.
Now, Pete, now I will say this too as well. There have been some injuries on the New York Giants football team.
All the wide receivers are your best running back.
Yes, that prevented Daniel Jones from being successful.
I believe my neighbor was his number one wide receiver last year.
Going into the 2020 season, this is a make or break year for him. Now, 2020, 2,943 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, and ended up missing a couple of games due to a hamstring injury. I know we ended up we covered the fact of the injuries as far as the offensive weapons for the New York Giants, but key player was Saquon Barkley, ended up tearing his ACL in week 3.
Mm-hmm. He set the whole table for them too.
I don't think this is a make or break a year for him. I don't think so. I don't like. He can have a bad year and still be okay in the future. I don't think that if he had a bad year this year, it's over for him. No, I don't know. I don't think it's a make or break.
It's going to be over for him. It's going to be over.
I think it is a make or break. I think so too. And the reason that is because they have a lot of draft capital next year. So if they want a quarterback, they could get one.
I think it's one of those situations where, last year I saw Daniel Jones outrun a cornerback. So he has these flashes where I'm like, where is this talent? Like, he has a reservoir of talent that is just not immediately observable, but you get him on the field and it's like he's Seabiscuit. You know what I mean? where he almost like here's what I'll say.
He's a
little Seabiscuitish. He's a little Seabiscuitish, you know.
Yeah,
but I will say this much though: Daniel Jones is setting himself up to be the next Nick Foles, as he's not the best guy, he ain't the worst guy, he's a guy. You don't want to put all the pressure on him.
I
But he is a guy.
That was Eli. Eli was just the guy who got lucky.
He's Eli's clone.
Yeah.
People forget when Eli played for Ole Miss, Eli was like Michael Vick out there, out running and everything.
Think of it like this: Eli is a high-level Nick Foles, right?
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is Nick Foles. That's who he is. He's Nick Foles. You don't want him to start 16 games, but he's got enough talent where in a 4 or 5 game stretch,
he'll be all right.
He can do something for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I think the question is, when are the Giants going to figure out? He ain't the guy. He's a guy. He can play, but he ain't the guy.
I think for me, if they put great players around him, a great team, he'll be all right.
You can say that about any quarterback.
Well, no. There's quarterbacks that control their team, and the reason why they win. Like, for example, Aaron Rodgers. He's the sole reason why Green Bay is relevant.
Yes.
Without him, they wouldn't be relevant. That's what I mean.
I'll be honest with that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only situation you could think of on the top of your
And
head.
to extent, Jimmy Garoppolo was like that too, because San Francisco has never been the same.
What?
What you say? Oh my God, Shake! What did you say?
Come on now, Shake.
Y'all damn Jimmy G.
Jimmy G
got injured the year before. They didn't make the playoffs. Last year they got injured. They didn't make the playoffs. When he played a healthy season, they made it to Super Bowl. So don't get that look up.
He wasn't the only one that was injured. They was injured on defense too.
Shake Money, most ridiculous comment.
Oh my God! Yo, first of all, it was the Jets being a good team, and now this. Okay, go ahead. Put it on the list.
Okay. So how that year they drafted Nick Bosa. Jimmy G was out. What week?
That was the year they made the Super Bowl, right?
And the year before that, he went on a 6-game winning streak. So don't give me that.
He wasn't the only one that got injured. They got like 4 players.
He wasn't. I'm gonna say this. He is the same situation Tannehill was in.
Yeah,
a great running game, helping helping him out.
You know what? I'm gonna say this about Jimmy G. I call him baseline.
That's a game manager right there.
Jimmy G is baseline. Like Jimmy G is the baseline for a starting quarterback in the NFL. Like if you are below his standard of play, you are a below average quarterback. If you are above his standard of play, you are above average quarterback. Jimmy G is baseline, and you can win with baseline. They went to the Super Bowl with baseline.
Listen, basically, the reason they drafted a quarterback not because Jimmy G can't play well, is because he can't stay healthy. That's the reason they drafted a quarterback.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that. Well, I don't agree with that.
You don't have to agree with that. I don't give a fuck. That's what they did.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Availability
is.
No, but
availability is one of the most important things you can have.
And they said that multiple times. He cannot stay healthy.
Ability you can have, yes.
Well, that's nice and everything, but you traded 2 first-round picks for next year, and you gonna tell me hold on? Let me finish now. You traded 2 first-round picks because Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't stay healthy. No, you traded 2 first-round picks because you drafted him. You drafted him.
Why the hell is he still on the team then? Why is he still on the team?
They couldn't trade him. His contract is too big.
His contract is
too big.
Cut him.
Bro, his cap penalty is like $40 million if they cut him, bro. They can't cut him.
You can't cut him either. You can't cut him.
Hey, they're not gonna cut him. Like competition, it leads to greater effort. They gonna keep both of them guys on the roster just in case. Plus, Trey Lance, I don't even think he's ready to play right now. So he's the future. Trey Lance is the future. So we're gonna ride out Jimmy Garoppolo's contract unless we get a fairly decent offer of Jimmy Garoppolo, because, like you said, post June, there's going to be a team out there that's gonna need a quarterback. Now, I'm not going to say that the 49ers are going to trade for him. The 49ers are going to trade him. But there's going to be teams that are going to come knocking on the door due to, God forbid, an injury at the quarterback position for a team.
Yeah, but you got to let that San Francisco draft pick.
No, go. like come on now. I feel you. G-Money, you don't trade. Was it 3 first-round picks? You don't trade 3 first-round picks because your quarterback gets hurt.
Actually, you paid it 2 and swapped 1. So you only
Well, you traded down in the draft. You gave up 2 first-round picks. That's a hefty price. And you're telling me the reason why they traded him was because Jimmy G gets hurt? No,
that's true though. That's true. That's true. That's why.
No, you made that trade because you needed a replacement. That's what you traded it for.
You traded because he can't stay healthy. I agree with
you. They
Shake.
could have got a cornerback. They could have got anything else that they needed.
Okay. Let's say they get that, and then Jimmy G gets hurt again. Then what?
If you believe in your quarterback, you don't trade up in the draft and get a quarterback. If you believe in your quarterback.
It doesn't matter how much you believe. If your quarterback is made of glass, you're going to have a backup just in case. I don't know.
They didn't. I don't know.
That's taking his job too, man.
They didn't use all that draft capital for a backup plan. Trey Lance is the future.
Thank you. Come on now. Like, are you serious? Like when you invest over $100 million at a quarterback, that motherfucker better work out.
If they wanted a backup plan, they could have just signed Jacoby Brissett. You know what I mean?
Oh no, stop it.
If you want a backup plan, you could have just signed Jacoby Brissett. That is what a backup plan is. Tyrod Taylor is a professional backup plan. Yes. That's who he is.
Yes.
He's a professional backup plan. That's a backup plan. Trading up and getting Trey Lance? No, he is taking your job. When it comes down to contract extension time, Jimmy G don't pick up the phone. Don't even pick up the phone because they are not trying to have that conversation with you.
Nope. You think Trey Lance takes the job game one?
Bro, here's what I know. Jimmy G is not going to get a contract extension. Period. Period. He's not going to get a contract extension.
If Trey Lance played better during training camp and outplays him in the preseason game, even though Trey Lance playing against the second teamers, and he shows that he belongs in the league, he's going to play. Because I was wrong about what you call it too.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be game one, but I do know that the time of let them sit all them days is done.
Yeah, that shit is done. The second Jimmy Garoppolo has a 3-pick interception game, a 2-pick interception half, he done.
Well, I got another question. I got a question. You think that the Green Bay Packers are bold enough to bench Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
No.
I feel
no, because here's the thing. There's no way on God's green earth you could possibly say I'm benching Aaron Rodgers for football reasons. There's no way. There's no way you could ever make that case.
You was going to bench Brett Favre for Aaron Rodgers. People forget that.
It took him 4 years.
How long it was? People forget about that, man. They was going to bench Brett Favre, and Brett Favre was still playing winning football.
Bro, it took him almost 5 years to play Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, he was playing winning football for. I don't know why you keep saying
that was Quinte. That was the down slide, bro. That was the down slide.
Alan Geese is a good
coach. So why did Green Bay? Hold on. Why did Green Bay trade up to get Jordan Love?
Bad management.
Because he's going to be the next person.
Because Aaron Rodgers is 36 or 37, so you got to trade for
Aaron Rodgers, 37 years old.
Bad management. That's why they traded up.
They were planning for Aaron Rodgers not to play well.
I don't think it's bad management.
I think it's bad management because
they did the same thing to Brett Favre.
I understand that.
I'm gonna say this: the Packers always going to have a good quarterback, always going to have a decent offensive line, always going to have a decent running back, always going to have a whole bunch of receivers. Since I've been alive watching football, they always had this. I've never seen the Packers suck.
Offensively, right?
Yeah, offensively, they're always going to be stacked.
They done had 2 quarterbacks the past 30 years.
Think about it, and now they got a third.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, think about the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre is they didn't trade up to get Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers fell in their lap.
Yeah.
Right. That's true.
That's true.
Well, technically, Jordan Love fell into their lap. They only traded 2 spots.
They traded up 20 spots. They traded up 2 or 3 spots for it.
Yeah.
For Jordan
Love. They traded up 5 spots.
I mean,
it's like a late round draft, early second.
I'll say this much though: if the Green Bay Packers draft Antoine Winfield Jr. instead of Jordan Love, there's a very strong possibility they may be in the Super Bowl. And I'll leave it at that.
Are we ready for the honorable mention?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh,
no. The honorable mention is going to be Jalen Hurts, and the reason why I didn't want to put him on the list is because I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles are basically putting him in a situation to fail, and considering the fact they have a lot of draft capital this year, Jalen
Put him in a
Hurts.
situation to fail.
They're not putting
Yes.
they're not putting him in a situation. They're rebuilding. It's
They're
called
rebuilding, brother.
rebuilding.
It's not. That's the difference. They're not trying to sabotage him. They just suck. We just suck.
Yeah, they're just trash.
We have to rebuild. We're on a rebuild. That's all.
In a way, it is sabotage.
Nah,
I
disagree.
I mean, look at it. Did the Jets sabotage Sam Darnold?
Yes.
No, the Jets just sucked.
Can I ask you this question, G Money? And since you're the Philadelphia Eagles fan, considering the fact that you're going to have 3 first-round picks in 2021,
If
2022.
If Carson Wentz plays well, they're gonna have 4.
okay, if Carson Wentz plays well, they're going to have 4 first-round picks. 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to have a top 5 draft pick. I put all the money I made on my life on that. So if you have, I don't even know what quarterbacks are coming out in the 2021 NFL draft. You're going to tell me right now that you're not going to consider it? If Jalen Hurts doesn't show any type of promise of being a good quarterback, because your supporting cast is awful on offense.
Yeah, I know. It all depends on his play. If he plays decent, then I would ride with him. But if he sucks, then yeah, you got to replace him. But I don't think that they're intentionally sabotaging him. I just think that
you may not get a fair evaluation on him, though.
He's not going to get it. It's not a fair. Yeah, it's not.
It's not. But that's sabotaging.
That's not intentionally, though. Not intentionally.
He just happens to be there when they're trash. I mean, that's right, how it goes.
But I'm gonna say this to you. I feel as though with him, he was a good enough college quarterback to be a good enough college NFL quarterback. I feel.
I think he'll play fine.
People talk smack about the kid, but I like him. I like him because he has heart, and he is a leader. He is a leader. Yeah. It's not like he's out there passive aggressive, throwing people under the bus. He's a leader. He's going to take, hey, that was my fault, blah, blah, blah.
We have to have, I want to visit a discussion maybe later, another time, but who's going to have a better year, Tua or Jalen Hurts? That's
all I know is Jalen Hurts is out here pushing more weight in the weight room than a lot of guys in that roster.
Yes.
And I know they respect that.
That's definitely going to be a conversation, a discussion sometime in the near future, considering I'm going to go ahead and add mac and cheese in that conversation.
Although I will say Jalen Hurts wishes he was in Miami versus being in Philadelphia.
Oh, of course, because Miami has much more talent. Yeah. It's not even close. Yeah.
All right, the moment of truth. Since we were so eager to talk about Tua, here we go.
Shake, you go first on this.
I had to save Tua for last because I know this is gonna go on probably for the next 20 minutes, and I would like to end this pod in the next 20 minutes. But Tua Tagovailoa. The 2025th overall pick for the Miami Dolphins, had some adversity, was benched 2 times, once in week 11 against the Denver Broncos and week 16 against the Las Vegas Raiders for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, we all have mixed feelings about Tua, obviously. 2020, he threw for 1,814 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Shake, you have the floor.
Next.
You said next.
No, I like. I don't know. I believe in Tua, but I agree with you. This year, it's the training wheels are off, and I think that he has everything that he needs around him. So we're gonna see him, the real him, and if he doesn't produce, then it's on him, and that's pretty much it.
Just to piggyback on that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Shake.
This year it's going to be his. I agree, his make or break year because, again, he has his weapons. He has a familiarity coaching. You know what I mean? So they gave him everything possible to try to succeed. So I agree, it's a make or break year.
The difference between Tua and Jalen Hurts is that Tua actually has a team. And at least a much better team than the Eagles. So I feel that he doesn't have an excuse to be bad. Like he has to – a lot of those games last year, he was the reason why they lost because he couldn't get in the end zone. Some of those games, at least 2 of those games. So he has to play better. If he doesn't, then I think the Dolphins should, look elsewhere for a quarterback.
I mean, look, the table is set. I mean, I think any NFL quarterback wouldn't mind having some of these weapons he's got this year. And the head coaching, all that type of stuff. I will say this much though. I think Brian Flores is definitely the type of coach. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you can't take the quarterback, you can't bench the coach, you can't bench the quarterback." But Brian Flores clearly does not care about, the whole breaking the quarterback psyche or all that. He just looks at everybody as a football player. So you ain't getting the job done. You know what I mean? You're gonna take a seat. That being said, look, the table is set for him to be successful. All he has to do is play his role. That's all he's got to do. Now, do we have enough evidence to say that if the table is set, Tua can play his role? I think we do. I think we've seen several times where the table, particularly when he was in college, the table set for him. He took advantage of it. But it, make or break, sure, because if with Will Fuller and Waddle, I would say with an improved offensive line, maybe probably offensive addition by subtraction, in my opinion, with the offensive line, a little more offensive consistency, considering that he knows the coordinators from last year, actually has an off season with the playbook. Kind of going back to the point earlier about we were talking about the knee injury, where it takes a year to come back, but it takes a year and a half to be back normal. Right. I think the table is set for him to have a good year, and I think he'll have a very good year. And one encouraging thing I saw last year was the fact that some people may say he was careful to a fault, but if you don't turn the ball over, you're gonna always have a chance to win. So if he can just get a little bit more consistency in the red zone and keep doing what he was doing last year in terms of just being a good safe keeper of the ball. Hey man, there's no reason why he shouldn't be successful. He can't there is not a defined excuse for him to point at if he's not successful this year. So he's gonna have to do something.
What's up, Quinte? Are you pondering over there?
Oh man, let me see. Where can I start? My thing is, I feel as though he did do things good last year. I can't take that away from the young guy. He did do some things good last year. But you know what I liked when I saw what he did this offseason? He held himself accountable for the stuff he didn't know, where he effed up, where he shortcomings. Right. And he didn't throw nobody under the bus like everybody else do. I want to throw Chan Gailey under the bus.
He could have.
No, he couldn't have.
He could have.
No, he couldn't have.
Yes, he could have.
No, he couldn't have. Let me say this. Let me say this to you, Habit. I started a job. I supposed to be the golden boy, and they said, "Well, you already know what to do, so go out there and do it." Right? They might have a different game plan or whatever, how they do things at different places, right? So if I F up, I gotta own up to what I did, what I did wrong. Not, whoa, this person tell me to do this. No, it doesn't. Real life doesn't work like that, bro. You gotta hold yourself accountable. You're a grown man now. You're not a kid. You're a grown man now. You gotta hold yourself accountable, and I like that. That's leader. Because I don't like all that. The saying Chan Gailey was a bad. No, he wasn't. The dude, he said, I did not know the playbook.
Well,
he said it out his.
He didn't say he didn't know the playbook outright. He didn't know the playbook was good.
You can sugarcoat it however you want to sugarcoat it.
It's not sugarcoating it. You just put words in his mouth. That's all I'm saying. You putting words in his mouth. That's all. That's not right. You putting words in the man's mouth.
But that's what he meant, though. That's
like how you said people put words in great ones in Ward's mouth. You put one.
That's sugarcoating it. That's sugarcoating it. Stop sugarcoating it.
No, it is not.
No, I'm gonna say this, Steve. What the man is saying? This is what I don't like about some Dolphin fans.
Oh, come on.
It's like that's why I keep bringing up Tannehill. Other Dolphin fans said Tannehill was trash, and they don't want to say nothing about him. That's what kills me. It kills me, dude. It kills me. It kills the hell out of me.
Dude, the difference between Tannehill and Tua are two different things.
I did not say the man was sorry or trash, anything. I'm saying what he said. You say I'm putting words in his mouth. I am
He
simplifying.
didn't know the playbook well. He said, "You saying he didn't know the playbook at all."
Still saying you not. Did he not steal? He said, "I did not know." Right? He said, "I did not know" before he said not well. He said, "I did not know."
Good enough.
Oh man, when you get caught cheating, you don't say you was you, huh? You Shaggy.
You
Come
know,
on, man. It's I know the kid has talent. He was a rookie. You could tell by his throwing mechanics who was off because I watched the game about 3 or 4 times. You could say he had a hitch in his throw and all this stuff. Yes, it's true. But at the same time, he didn't when they needed him to step up, he didn't step up. And he had a couple chances to step up in this season to have a game that this is Tua, because all the other quarterbacks stepped up. They was on a horrible team, but they stepped up. They had 4 or 5 games. And you saw that these players were good.
What
was that one game where he had 6?
Saw Herbert had 4 or 5 games. He was the man. Herbert was the
that
man.
One? Yeah, question. What was that game that it was 6 turnovers? Was that against the
Chiefs?
Right, yeah. And they couldn't capitalize, yeah.
And we couldn't capitalize, and we lost. Yeah. And a couple of times we got the ball in the green zone, in red zone, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know why we keep bringing up the Chiefs game. I watched that. I saw Kansas City score 21 points in 2 minutes.
I'm not trying to
turnovers though. Come on now.
I'm not trying to down him, but you got to look at it from one. He is a rookie. I'm gonna give him that. That's a strike against him. He's a rookie. He doesn't know everything. He doesn't know all the defenses and stuff like that. But at the same time, you had a chance to capitalize and make this team go to the playoffs. You could have been
at the same time. At the same time, he still played decent enough.
He still played decent. I'm not taking it away from him. I'm not.
Boy, he played decent. Come on, boy. Let's shake your head, brother.
Say again.
Being that you're a lone Dolphin fan, how many people knocked on Tannehill when he was his rookie year?
He didn't have what Tua had.
I know nobody knocked on Tannehill's rookie year.
I used to go to every game. They used to have Chance put Matt Moore in the game.
They killed Tannehill.
Yes, I seen it with my own eyes. So you can't sit here and tell me they did not. Nobody hates on Tua like they hated on Tannehill. And by the math, Tannehill might have thrown more interceptions in his rookie year. He played better because he showed us in games he can do it. That's what people don't realize. He
had a worse team.
And he had the worst team.
Yeah,
and that's
Tannehill had a worse team.
And they want. It's like people always want to say, "Oh, we didn't have the greatest separations with the receivers." Who the fuck had to throw the ball to? Brian Hartline, Devon Best, Charles Clay. That's what it. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. Make excuses for everything, bro.
We made that fucking bullshit ass stat just.
Oh my god, it kills me. It kills me. It kills me.
You know, I think it's important because, you know, I'm when I look at a rookie season, like if you ball out in your rookie season, I'm looking for you. I'm like when I look at a guy like Justin Jefferson, I'm saying, okay, I'm looking for him to be an all-pro because he was a Pro Bowler his rookie year. I look at a guy like Justin Herbert, I say, okay, I'm looking for him to be an all-pro because he put up a lot of numbers in his rookie season.
Yeah.
When I look at it, but I mean, that's like, you know, out of all the rookies drafted, that's like 5 to 10 guys, maybe, right? Everybody else, they got to find their way. It doesn't matter because draft position does not play, right?
Yeah, it don't matter. You could be
players play. Draft position does not play. So regardless of where you're drafted, you gotta make it work wherever you are with what you got.
Oh no, Havoc.
And I will say
you're
this
a top
much.
5 guy. There's expectations when you're a top 5 guy.
I understand that, but I'm saying positions don't play. Players play.
What position you play? If you play the quarterback position, you have to perform. You have to perform.
Mm-hmm.
If you play tight end and wide receiver, they're gonna give you time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't want to say this. I don't believe this team. Just like people like that, we gave Tannehill 7 years. Mm-hmm. We had terrible coaching.
Yeah.
All his 7 years playing for the Dolphins.
Different OC every year.
It sucks. Different OC every year.
The last 2 years.
Huh?
Especially the last 2 years.
It was just terrible, bro. It was just terrible. I'm gonna say this. He had one good season. He had the semblance of the same crap he had for the Titans. And look what happened.
Well,
it took him that long to realize that's what you need for this young man to succeed. And
Tannehill is definitely on the rise, but not no damn top 5.
I'm gonna say this. He's a top 10 quarterback. He's a top 10.
Over the last 2 years, he's top 5.
He's a top 10 quarterback.
Well, I think it's one of those things.
I agree with G Money. He is better than Tannehill light. That I'm gonna say this. If Tannehill was on the Cowboys be in the playoffs every year, bro. Every year, probably competing for Super Bowl. Because you know what he's gonna do? Hey man, you can run the ball over here, Razek. We're gonna run the ball. That's my thing. They want Dak to beat the next great quarterback. And I feel as though that's not him. He needs to stay in his lane. He's good now. I can't take that away from him.
Very good.
Can I make one statement before we end up closing this out as far as this whole Tua comparison thing? Because I see this a lot on Twitter, and this also makes me sick. When people try to compare him to Josh Allen's rookie season, they try to compare him to Peyton Manning's rookie season. I just wanted to put this out here, like everybody's situation is different.
Yeah,
that's number one. And for you to sit back and try to compare him to these other players, especially Peyton Manning, you're stretching, and you're really freaking stretching. And I'm clipping that.
Well, I think they bring that up to bring up a point, particularly with quarterbacks, is your rookie season is not the biggest determining factor of whether you will have a good career or not. Mm-hmm. There are some quarterbacks that didn't play at all their rookie season, ended up having good careers. So, you know, I think that the real question is, did he show you enough? At least in that is a subjective question. Did he show you enough to go forward with him? I saw enough that I'm willing to move forward with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Now if you watched it and you said I didn't see enough, fine. But
let me say this. When a rookie get drafted and you play the full season, those first 6 or 7 games is your sophomore season. It's your freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
The second half of the season, you're picking up, you're learning. That is your sophomore year. Your second year is your junior year. If you don't get better in that second year, it's 9 times out of 10 the team is going to cut your ass.
You mean for a quarterback, right? You're talking about specifically quarterback or any position?
In today's NFL, that's how it works. They want flash in the pan. They want instantly. There's no more waiting around and grooming a quarterback or grooming. Because I remember back in the day, used to take receivers and tight ends 3 to 4 years to get good.
Yeah.
Now, because I hear people harping on, can say he can't block, he can't do this. But no, he can't do. He can catch the football.
Yeah.
He can get first downs. Yeah, he may not be good. Kelsey is not a great blocker. He gets in the way.
That's all you need when you can receive that ball, though.
That's all you need.
But the problem is Gesicki can't even get in the way.
I understand what you're saying, but
I don't need him to be great. I just need you to Shannon Sharp. Just get in the way.
You can't take away what he does good.
Here's
the same thing with take Devontae Parker. Devontae Parker showed that he can play. His problem is his health, staying on the field. That's his problem.
Mm-hmm.
And now with Tua, if he doesn't get better from this point on, showing something, get better. Like when we turn the ball, if we turn the ball over 3 times a game, he better score 2 of those damn 2 times.
Or at least one.
We got to score 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna say this: if our defense is getting the ball back in the red zone for us, in our red zone, so we can score the touchdown, he better score those 2 touchdowns. Because I don't think in the first 6 or 4 games our offense is going to be lackluster until they get camaraderie with one another. The defense is going to pick up where it left off. I feel next year.
Yeah, I think so.
With the pieces we added, that defense is going to be nasty. I don't care nobody.
They particularly last year. I mean, the biggest thing was we had a lot of rookies starting on that O line too.
Yeah, and I feel as though they're going to get better next year.
And
can I make a bold prediction? Make a bold prediction. First 6 games of the Dolphins season, 3-3.
Nah, you know what I think? I think we can go 5-1. 5-1.
Yep, exactly.
5-1.
Yeah.
I would say 4-2, if not 5-1.
I'll
but
say like
I go
this:
3-3.
based on defense alone, that's 4 wins right there. On
Yes.
defense alone, that's 4 wins. And mind you,
I'm telling you, man.
the first 5 games we're playing teams that don't necessarily have the greatest offenses. I mean, what New England game 1?
Come on now, dude.
What's this gonna be a 17-21 game? Like honestly.
Only tough game we're gonna have later. Like we're gonna play. We need Buffalo.
Yep.
Buffalo.
Right.
We have the corners to match up with them now.
And Tampa.
Buffalo has a whole team.
Don't y'all play the AFC West this year or no?
No, South.
Is it not? The South is okay.
South.
Oh, you guys play Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee.
We play Tennessee. That's the last game of the season.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Actually, in Miami and again in New England and Miami is the last game.
Well,
every game is the last game every year.
Game.
Just about. New England's the last game almost every year. Either them or the Jets.
Yeah.
But
as far as final thoughts, this was a great show. I just want to reiterate, please, everybody, be careful out there, especially us, minorities. Continue to watch over each other and love each other. Preach peace. Peace is always better than hatred. I just want to thank everybody. Just been great show, and see y'all Wednesday.
All right.
Yep. I'll say just to double up on that. Community is everything, and regardless of what is happening, regardless of what people are telling you, what's happening in the world, use your own brain. You trust your eyes, trust what you're seeing. Don't let someone tell you what you're seeing. Believe what you're seeing for yourself and move accordingly. That's it.
You're right about that, bro. Man, love and respect one another, bro. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
If you love and respect, if you respect one person, you're gonna give the same respect back. Just respect one another. That's all I ask. Because I'm gonna give you respect. I don't have to know you to give it.
Man, one advice somebody told me was when you date a woman, see how she treat her daddy, because if that's how she treat her dad, that's how she's gonna be treating you. So, yeah,
that's interesting.
I like that comment. That was good. I like that. I didn't even think about that.
Actually, that's not true. That's not true. I don't agree with that. But
a lot of people our age don't didn't grow up with their daddy. So
a lot of times you don't know how they relate with their daddy. Yeah. Daddy wasn't around.
Well, that's why I ain't gonna talk about that right now.
That's another show.
We gonna touch that on a different show. Now I did want to end this by saying, because I know there's been a lot of the Tua hate. It's going to be perceived as Tua hate. It's not Tua hate. It's criticism, constructive criticism. We're voicing our honest opinion about Tua. Right. Now I know I have this title of as far as being a Tua hater, but that's not what it is. Quinte too, because I think me and Quinte are kind of like
they feel like I'm a Tua hater. Trust me.
I don't think you're a Tua hater. I think you're a Jackson hater.
Yeah. Huh? Say it again.
Who? I think you're Lamar Jackson. I think you're a Lamar Jackson hater, but
I'm not even a Lamar Jackson hater.
I'm just joking, brother.
I'm just saying I feel as he can be good, but he's not taking his game to the next level. That's what I feel.
Right. We'll see. Preseason's gonna answer a lot of questions.
We on the same page here. See what I'm saying? We on the same page.
Look, listen, Jake. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you except I'm rolling with the first reasonable Brown quarterback the franchise has ever had, and I'm rolling. And I'm gonna roll until the wheels fall off.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I want the kid to be good. That's why I want him to be good.
Yeah, like just because it's a black business doesn't mean the food good.
I know, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a shot.
On that note, we're gonna be live again 9 p.m. Eastern time this Wednesday. Again, we appreciate everybody that came through this evening for the Not for Debate podcast. Also, be sure to go ahead and follow the Not for Debate podcast on our Twitter page at Not for Debate Pod. Also on the Instagram page, Not for Debate _podcast. This is the Not for Debate. We up out of here, man.
Peace.
Thank you to everyone listening.